Last summer, a facilities team avoided a 4-figure emergency chiller replacement because 2 weeks of interval power data flagged a compressor short cycling. The chart showed on-off bursts every 10 minutes, even at night. The pattern matched a failing contactor. One targeted repair, no crane, no midnight vendor scramble. Hey there, welcome to On-Site Insight, where we talk about projects and subjects that help you move toward equipment planning and away from crisis management.
Nice opener. That's the payoff in one sentence. A short, objective snapshot that turns noise into a ticket you can justify. Today, we'll walk through mapping meters to equipment, reading fault signatures you can spot on a graph, and a 4-week pilot you can run with minimal staff. No academic papers, just usable steps.
Wait, finance really buys this on a chart?
They do when you give them a clean plot and a cost comparison. We'll show how to build a 1-page scorecard and a 2-page memo that frames risk, cost now versus emergency replace later, and the simple numbers finance understands.
Before we dig into the how, quick definition. By short-term interval data, we mean 2 to 4 weeks of 1 to 5 minute power readings from a meter or clip-on CT logger. It's a snapshot, enough to show operating patterns and flag mechanical stress, not a replacement for long-term CMMS history.
And loop in the right people, a facility lead, your controls or electrical tech, and someone who can touch the meters. If you're opening panels, have a qualified electrician do the hardware. Tagging each logger to the asset is non-negotiable. Save that headache.
Right. Mapping is the part teams choke on. You can't analyze a mystery feeder.
3 straightforward approaches. Shortlist.
Hold up. What's breaker-level mapping in practice?
Breaker-level mapping. Flip a non-critical circuit off briefly while you watch the readout drop. Second, clamp and walk. Use an amp clamp when the unit runs and cross-check spikes against the export. Third, if you have BAS points, use those instead of risking a panel. Aim for 1-minute intervals. 5-minute can miss short cycles, and 15 to 30 seconds is ideal if available.
And safety-wise, if anyone's worried about flipping breakers, don't touch life safety circuits and coordinate with occupants. Tag the work and do it off hours when possible.
Exactly. If you can't isolate, do the clamp and walk or pull a BAS point. And always pair a flagged meter anomaly with a short on-site verification. Amp clamp, refrigerant temps, quick visual. The data points you to the right problem. The site and clamp confirm it.
Okay, signatures. Make it simple. What should someone look for on a plotted minute-by-minute chart?
Now, on to signatures. This is where the data starts sounding like a mechanical story. Short-cycling compressors show up as repeated, regular spikes.
So you'd actually see the unit never reach a full runtime.
Exactly. Current jumps to run amps for a short time, then drops and repeats far more often than design cycles. A stuck fan or belt often shows as an elevated steady draw instead of the clean on-off swing. Bearing or motor issues trend as a slow rise in average amps over days with intermittent spikes. Those are red flags, not diagnoses.
Give people one obvious example they can spot without a waveform analysis.
Imagine an RTU that should run 30-60 minutes. On the minute chart, it runs 8 to 12 minutes, then is off 6 to 8, repeating all day. Classic short cycle. Or a chilled water pump that never drops below 30% of expected full load amps, but never reaches steady run amps. Could be a stuck impeller or VFD issue. When you see these, flag them for a field check before ordering a replacement.
I'll play devil's advocate. I've heard folks say a 2 or 4 week sample misses seasonal loads. What if we patch a problem that's just a weird week?
Fair point. Short snapshots aren't perfect. They're a triage tool. Use conservative thresholds. If the data shows clear stress and the on-site check confirms abnormal amps or temps, you've got a defensible case. If it's borderline, schedule follow-up monitoring or expand the sample. The pilot reduces false positives with spot checks and simple rules.
Quick micro story for listeners. Did you ever see a flagged asset that turned out to be an easy fix?
Totally. We had a pump that a meter flagged for odd amps. On-site check found a loose lug and a dirty coupling. $500 parts and labor, not a $12K replacement. The data got the tech to the right panel quickly.
All right, the 4-week pilot playbook. Pick 5 to 10 high-value assets across critical spaces. Deploy loggers or export 1-minute interval data where possible, and include at least one weekend to capture off-hours behavior. Collect 2 to 4 weeks, then run simple analytics, cycle counts, average and max amps, and a rolling average to spot trends.
Short checklist, and include spot verifications.
Yes. Do an app clamp, a refrigerant pocket temp, and a visual inspection for each amber or red flag. Then make a 1-page scorecard per asset. Green, amber, red. That keeps reporting consistent and makes procurement conversations cleaner.
Back to finance. Give me the elevator pitch for that 2-page memo.
Top line the risk and recommended action. Include the key data plot that shows the signature. Add estimated cost to fix now versus emergency replace later, and a mini ROI. Example, emergency weekend replace costs $20K. Planned contactor replacement is $3K. That's a clear saving. Also highlight tenant comfort and downtime avoidance. Finance wants numbers and credible visuals. Give them both.
Recap in one breath. Map the feeders, learn the signature patterns, run a focused 4-week pilot with spot checks, then use a short scorecard for procurement. Don't skip the safety checks or confirmation steps.
One thing you can do tomorrow, pick one roof unit that's been acting up, tag it, clamp it, or drop a low-cost CT logger and start collecting 1-minute intervals. Even a week will often show whether it's cycling oddly or drawing abnormal amps.
If you want the 4-week pilot checklist, a meter-to-equipment mapping template, and a sample scorecard you can drop into a finance memo, go to the On-Site Insight show page and download the episode kit. Use it to make a measured case instead of guessing. On-Site Insight, where we provide insight for your on-site.
And one last reminder, let the data point you, then verify on-site. That sequence is what cuts emergency spend and keeps systems running. Tomorrow, clamp 1 RTU and look at a week of data. Small steps, big wins.
Thanks for listening to On-Site Insight, where we discuss issues important to the unsung heroes of facility management. Share this episode with a teammate, download the toolkit, and we'll be back with another short, practical episode to help you move from crisis mode to planned work. On-Site Insight, where we provide insight for your on-site.